Why hello there, from China, unexpectedly. Decided to switch it up a bit. And today, we're going to explore what I think is China's least favorite province. I'm not sure if they realize they can use like all these other turnstiles, and I can only use that one as a foreigner. But whatever. Welcome to Jiangxi Province. We're gonna find out if Jiangxi is as bad as the Chinese make it out to be, if it's as boring, as backward as they say. 3 years ago, I made a video where I went to rural China, and it was well received. But one of the responses to that video was, Tommy, that's not the real rural China. You need to go deeper, harder. And that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna go much deeper, much harder. We are out here, deep in China, Jiangxi Province. And you know, what I wanna point out is, without sounding like propagandist, this is like a tier 93 train station, and look at how nice it looks. You know, come on. I am far from a hater on America, but we need to step our game up. This lady's trying to get me into her taxi. I don't even know where I'm going yet, to be honest with you. Guangzhou. We're in the city of Guangzhou. Guangzhou is actually famous for being the founding of the Communist Party of China. We'll talk about that a bit later. So much fun we have ahead. I 还没想好我要去哪里。我还要订一个酒店。订酒店还谢顿。She's trying to take me to the fancy-ass foreigner hotel. Okay, so when you're traveling in China and you arrive at an airport or a train station, you can use like the Uber of China, which is Didi Dacha. You can use it right out of WeChat. But you'll also be hard-pressed by like this lady right here, who will try to get you into one of her black cabs. Grand Skylight Reading Hotel. That sounds like a banger. Alright, so that's gonna be about like $5 to get over there. China is still quite cheap.
你是哪个国家的人？英国人吗？
不是，美国人。
美国的。
对。我喜欢中国。
跟美国还是有很多合作的哈。
对。是个复杂的关系。好的，谢谢，春节快乐。
好的，好的，谢谢。
拜拜。All right. Now get this. This is my hotel. You want to guess how much it's gonna cost? Ladies and gentlemen, this room cost me $30. $30. This is not Southeast Asia. This is China. I dare say China might be the best value for money in the world right now. Come here quick before World War III starts. I think this is the biggest bed I've ever seen. Oh. Like, this is too much space. Too much. Like, bring your entire harem here. It's even got a fancy 5-star looking bathroom with a see-through mirror for the shower. Oh boy. I am so happy to be back in China. Wow, we've even been blessed with a beautiful day. It's like mid-February. The weather should suck. We got a nice sunny day here. That's great. Look, you can even see the girls that brought out the umbrellas in the park. Nobody wants to get a tan in China. So this city is apparently the former home of the son of Chiang Kai-shek. You know, the guy who was on our team, America's team, in World War II, fighting against the communists. He was the mayor of this city, Guangzhou, from 1939 to 1945. And his house is somewhere around here. Yeah. Look at this though. Isn't that a nice little view here in mid-February in China's most boring province? That's nice. Very nice. You can't help but love a good wall in China. It's a country made to build walls. You could even say they built some pretty great ones. Ha! Walking through a cosplay photo shoot right here. I'm planning on later going to the birthplace of the Chinese Communist Party, knowing that Chinese girls love to dress up in the local costume wherever they go. Are they gonna dress up in Mao's Dong outfits over there? Don't know. You're gonna have to watch this video to find out. Yeah, see, there you go. That is the son of Chiang Kai-shek, Ching Chang-kuo, the future leader of Taiwan. And you might find it weird, he's also there with the white lady, that was his wife. She was Belarusian. He studied in the Soviet Union. You might find it weird that here in China, here in the birthplace of the Chinese Communist Party, they have a house celebrating a future leader of Taiwan. That's because he was posted here and he fought against the Japanese, and that is the one thing that both China, the communists, and the capitalists, that is the one thing the communists and the nationalists were both against: Japan. China can always rally around hating Japan. So they kept his house here. That's wild. They even have pictures of Chiang Kai-shek himself in this place. Chiang Kai-shek, enemy number one of the Chinese Communist Party. Here he is, appearing in portraits with his son. This might be the only portrait of him in the entire country, for all I know.
你是哪个国家？
美国的。
美国 American。哇。Good. American very strong.
你的眼睛是绿色的。
There you go. A little bit. China's very strong too.
China now more and more good.
More and more good.
Before no good.
我要拍外国人。
可以拍外国人。
You like China?
I like China. I love China. It's great.
Yeah.
蒋经国。
蒋经国。
好人，坏人。
算好人。
算好人。
蒋经国对赣州是做了贡献的，做了好的。
对对，我觉得他跟日本人打仗。
你也不喜欢日本人 ？Before I in 非洲。
非洲
，you know？
哦，你住过在非洲 ？Africa, Nigeria, wow.
Nigeria work.
Really? Oil?
2 years. 对，非洲。very poor.
You're doing mining. 矿业。
矿业。
哇。
我这次中国 New Year come back.
Okay.
One month later come back Nigeria work.
哦，你要回去非洲？
要回去工作。
哇 ，OK。我今年我也要去非洲。
你今年要去非洲？
对。
你看
非洲生活。
这是你爸爸带来的。
这是我非洲带回来的。
这是我姑父，不是我爸爸。
是。
One, two, three,
two.
三个。
哇，
买秋千。
你有好多孩子们。
3个。
哇。
我也要去。
对，中国
结婚了吗？
中国对你很骄傲，好多孩子。
我做贡献了。来。
你的眼睛是黄色的吗？
站在一起。
Picture with everybody.
Okay, very good.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
你有微信吗？
有微信。
我能加你吗？
当然了。
OK， 今天很高兴能认识你。
我也是。
我 see you later.
See you later. Good luck in Nigeria.
Okay, thank you.
That's so cool. It's like bringing two worlds together for me. Meeting a Chinese man that has lived in Nigeria, coming back home And he's got 3 kids. Oh, and yes, in case you were wondering, the one-child policy is over in China. Now they want you to have like 3 kids. They want you to have 5 kids if you can. There's no limit. Sky's the limit. They gotta get the birth rate up. It's dropping. Well, this is where they're all made. Jiangxi. Ganzhou. This guy driving a truck. What do you call that a truck? I call that a mini Chinese truck. Not too shitty. Not too shitty at all. And now regular viewers of the channel may be wondering, Tommy, why are you even in China at all? After all, aren't you supposed to be on some kind of big trip from Europe all the way down to South Africa? And that's true. I'm still going to finish that trip. But you know what I thought? Besides the fact that
Strait of Hormuz off Iran.
The US and Israel began to attack Iran.
Because China is kind of when I'm at my best. I'm not going to lie. I speak the language. I know the place. I could be either the CIA or a Chinese propagandist when the situation calls for it. I'm happy to be here. Ni hao. Okay. Be gone. Alright. That shit is not cute. China, of course, has probably the most convenient and addictive fast food delivery system in the world. You can get really good food delivered to you usually within like 30 minutes, sometimes within like 10 minutes. I'm not joking. And then it costs like $5. Jiangxi is known as a spicy food province. So in that note, got some spicy pork. Oh, that's spicy, all right. Oh. That's not like hot sauce at Taco Bell spicy. That's, oh man. That's kick you in the balls spicy. Damn. And on that note, tomorrow I shall take you to the beginnings of the Chinese Communist Party. I will take you to where the Long March began. So much excitement coming up in China's most underappreciated province. What a night it's gonna be, me by myself here in this ridiculously oversized bed. Why not? I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, good night. Bangkok, Thailand. The dream of every man above the age of roughly 19. You deserve a trip to Thailand. You also deserve a banking experience that works for you and not against you. And that's where the sponsor of today's video comes in, Current. Current is the future of banking. It provides digital banking services primarily through its mobile app. They give you all the tools and resources you need to save money, build your credit, and manage your finances much better. There's no hidden fees, and there's no mandatory credit check, which is great if, like me, you still have student loans 18 years later. When you sign up for their direct deposit program, you'll be able to get your paycheck 2 days in advance. And if you qualify, you can get $750 into your account before you even get paid. And you'll get a 4% bonus on your savings. If you overdraft, no worries. There's no overdraft fees for new users up to $200. Plus, they have 24/7 live support and 40,000 ATMs with no fees. I think it's great. We all deserve access to our money a little bit faster. So try it out. Go to the link in the description, which will take you to current.com/Tommy, and use the code, which is also Tommy, T-O-M-M-Y, and you can get $50 instantly. So start making the most of your money, and thanks Current for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to China. Alright, good morning. We're about to hop on another train. Very busy. This is just weeks before Chinese New Year, people start traveling early to get back to their hometowns, go traveling. It's the biggest holiday. It's the Christmas of China. Anyway, speaking of China, speaking of modern communist China, we're going to the origins. Let's go. Kind of wish we were taking one of these trains though, but those are slower. We're going to be on the high speed. Older model, high speed.
Arrival passengers, please get ready to wait at the door. Please mind the gap and height difference between the train and platform.
Hello. And hello to the cradle of the Communist Party. And here we go immediately. We have a big slogan, a big communist slogan. Raging welcomes you. That's what it says. To the red capital. Doesn't get any more communist than this. Exciting. A lot of people here. Alright. It took a little bit longer than usual to pass the exit. It's almost as if they're unsure. Do we want to allow an American capitalist into the cradle of the Communist Party? Here we go. And of course, you can see a massive monument right here, right near the train station, commemorating. This was the place where Mao Zedong first organized the communists into a commune. It was the Chinese Soviet. They had a lot of contact with the Soviet Union. That's how the Chinese Communist Party got started. 你好，叶平经典。Okay.
Okay.
All right. 安全带。对的。Right. There you have it. Cradle of the Republic. It's about to get communist as hell. Let's do it. 你好，一张票多少钱
35元一位。请问你是哪个国家的？
我是美国人。
美国。
这是个问题吗？Oh, she didn't answer that.
欢迎光临。
I think we need to get equipped for our surroundings here. 你好
，Hello。
我要一个
这个
工厂帽子。
那种耶，加那汉语真棒。
没有。
中国语。
我的头有点大。
这种多好看。
你觉得比较好看吗？
这种多好看，这你选的配什么衣服都。你戴一下。
好。
这个镜子。
好的。
这么脏。
帅不帅？
当然帅喽。哪个国家的？
我是美国人。
美国。
对。
笑。你一个人过来的？
一个人过来。
那还买个其他什么
We can even get a Mao Zedong backpack.
双肩包质量蛮好的，你自己背这那种不好。我来。
对。
放这里。
You can be my stylist. That's fine.
你这个买给小孩子背，小孩子背。
No， 这是给我的。
你自己不要背走，背那个大的。
哦，
这个最方便，那个。
这个
最方便。天气很热的话，你这外套可以放那里，是吧？
你说的对。是。你太聪明了。
各有各的用处。
She's right. Yeah, it's getting really hot now. I need a place to put my jacket.
这个好哈。
好看。
真的好。
对。We're going full propagandist today, baby.
其他看一下有没有。
我真的喜欢你的商店。太不错了。Yo, I love this.
这玩具。
哇，是玩具吗？但是有弹子。That is the most realistic toy gun I've ever seen.
中国人最敬仰的，全世界最敬仰的毛主席啊，每一个回家去，
对，
保你家人平安。
好的。
是这种。
这是
铜像都卖的蛮好的。
年轻的毛泽东吗？
年轻的。这个是年长一点的。
Okay.
好多人都买这种起义军回去。
好。We gotta go crazy here. I'm gonna get a gun. Binoculars.
望远镜，望远镜，你可以看看对面那个胜利之名。
Okay.
对面看一下，那个胜利之名。
对，不错。 我可以看到台湾。
是很好看的。好
OK， 这个我都要吗？We are well equipped for the revolution。你很热情。
你做生意现在生意难做。
啊，对对对，我知道。
服务第一，是吧？顾
你
客就是上帝。
当然。你结婚了吗？
人海已收款
我靠，我50多啦！
9元。
你带起来，现在外面太阳大。
好的，谢谢。
我都50多了，我女儿都25了。
啊，对。OK， 谢谢，
好，慢走
拍手，拜拜。
Thank you。
All right. Full propaganda mode. Can't be accused of working for the CIA in this video. Or can I? Maybe this makes it worse. Yeah. I was a little concerned that this place was going to be like completely inaccessible to foreigners. But as you can see, they've helpfully translated all the different sites into other communist languages like Russian, North Korean, even French. That old communist language of French. Here we go. This is where it all began. Look at the big stars. Right up there you can see a portrait of Lenin and Marx. The two major influences on the formation of the Chinese Communist Party. Many of the early founders of the Chinese Communist Party had actually studied in the Soviet Union. They came back trying to implement the ideas that they learned there. However, Mao Zedong, Mr. Chairman, had a bit of a different history, a different personal backstory. He never studied in the Soviet Union. He studied all the ideas from within China. He was a library assistant at Peking University. Mao Zedong would have stood up here, made speeches. This was the first place where the CCP ruled. Before they were just rebels, they were fighting against the nationalist Chiang Kai-shek. But this is where they laid the groundwork for what would later become Communist China. Another thing that was distinctive about Mao Zedong was he had a real kind of like fuck you attitude. It set him apart from all the other Chinese leaders. And he famously said, the political power comes from the barrel of a gun. You can see how he ended up running the Chinese Communist Party.
那个镜头没有那么明，
谢谢。
没有那么清晰。
没有那么清晰吗？我觉得很清晰，没问题，
很清晰，
没问题。谢谢阿姨。
不要。
别一个国家来的。
啊，我是别的国家来的，对对，我不是中国人。
美国的，俄罗斯的。
啊，美国人。
美国的。
对对对，但是我喜欢中国。OK， 谢谢你们。
不用。
Having the eyes help me out, the Chinese grannies. That's my crew. That's my people. Where the capitalist? Where the nationalist? Chiang Kai-shek, show yourself. Mao Zedong, he didn't trust the other communist leaders, the other communist founders who had like studied in the Soviet Union and they came back with those ideas. He wanted to make his own kind of communism, a more kind of Chinese communism. Mao also famously didn't trust the Soviets themselves. He famously went to the Soviet Union in 1949 and he felt that he was being disrespected by Stalin and the other Soviets. He thought they were treating him like a junior partner. And when you have the kind of attitude that Mao had, that was a really bad idea. He would later go on to actually attack the Soviet Union. They had a little war over some territory, very close to where the Russians put me in prison. And for that reason, I've gone through my own kind of Sino-Soviet split. I won't be going back to Russia anytime soon, but the Chinese seem to be just surprisingly a little more relaxed. Me making some lighthearted jokes in their country. Nobody here? It's kind of weird. It's like From the train station all the way to here, there hasn't been like a single food option. They're really trying to make you live the communist experience there. We do have a farm right outside the whole complex, though, if you want to grow your own food. Here we go. Now we're set. Let's check this out. The famine is over. We found a restaurant. Got ourselves a Jiangxi specialty, like spicy fish. I think that's gonna be really spicy. Always gotta pop the plastic. That's how you know it's clean. I like how it comes with a shot glass. Oh, my bad. Shot glass was actually for the tea. Alright, that wasn't bad. 你这样弄水啊？
对，这样压水，这是井水。
Okay. Well, there you go. Got ourselves a nice big plate of fish, some rice and veggies for like $9.
列车已经到达，于都已经到
Alright,
达。
we're about to go to somewhere even more important to the history of the Communist Party. Perhaps the most important place. Are you excited? Are you excited, as these Chinese bros probably are, to step off this train and finally have a cigarette? China. Not what you expect. Oh, this is a big one right here. Hold on a second. I need to put on something to commemorate this moment. My freshly bought Mao Zedong pen. Even got some English below it. You're the luckiest guy in the world. Good things are always with you. Good things are always with me. The Mao Zedong pen is kind of cheap. It's not sticking. Fully equipped. This monument commemorates the beginning of the Long March. For those of you that don't know, the Long March was when the nationalists had fought the communists almost to total defeat. They had almost completely destroyed them. Mao Zedong and the communists had to regroup. They had to begin a massive march all the way around China. China's power base has always been along the coast, the big cities like Beijing, Guangzhou, Shanghai, the hinterlands, the countryside, the deep interior of China. It's harder to track people there. You could wage guerrilla warfare. So, Mr. Mao and the communists, and they eventually came back when the Japanese invaded. And in a way, a roundabout way, that actually kind of helped the communists take over later. But this is where it all began. The Long March. The Long March, my friends. I'm touched. And just as the same happened with Lenin and the Soviet Union, the Marxist idea that we could all live in paradise, that we could all be equal, that the rich wouldn't be hoarding all the wealth anymore. As always, it's a very attractive, albeit false idea. And it took off here in China. Things sucked for too long. They wanted something different. And like the Soviet Union, what followed was far from perfect. Unlike the Soviet Union, that party is still in power. And they made rapid changes. And they're doing a bit better than Russia is nowadays. Two diverging paths. And it all began right here. This is one of those moments in history where one slight change could have had massive ramifications for the world. the nationalists, Chiang Kai-shek, were so close to wiping out the communists. But they did not. They did not. And this is the China we have. We're apparently standing outside the most revolutionary town in China. This was the town that gave the communists all their supplies to do the Long March. 你好，你们在种什么东西？你们在种什么东西？这是白兰花吗？ Okay. Pretty sure they don't even speak Mandarin. We're in the south of China. They say that the people down here, they speak bird languages. It's a way of saying they don't speak Mandarin, or their Mandarin is weird.
我们这里啊，
对，
客家话，
客家话，都是
你是外国的啊？
我是外国的，对，
客家话，
客家话。Oh, there you go. So people here are Hakka. Hakka, Hakka, Hakka. You know the Hakkas. You've met a Hakka. You probably just didn't realize it. They're one of the biggest immigrant groups of Chinese to the rest of the world, to America. Alright, what the hell is that guy's problem? The Hakkas are one of the biggest migrant groups of Chinese to the rest of the world, to America, Australia. If you met like a Chinese American, there's a very good chance they are Hakka. Oh. Here's a bird. Do you speak bird speak? Yeah, 你的狗很可爱。
我的狗好可爱啊。
对，这个镇，我想问一下，这个镇有？
你是中国吗？
不是。
你是哪个国家呢？
我是俄罗斯人。
俄罗斯的。
俄罗斯的，OK， 对 ，Now we're happy。
来这里玩的吧？
来这里玩，对。我想问，这里有什么历史？
你怎么会那么会讲普通话？
哎。
啊，你在这里住了多少年了？普通话好标准。
没有。
那你好会讲普通话的。
没有。I'm causing a stir. They're saying over there, there's a Russian in the town. Much better than having the rumor that there's an American in the town. A revolutionary village. This place is pretty rural. I haven't been to many places in China like this. It's the village that kicked off the Long March. Very important. 你吃饭了吗？怎么说？
你吃饭了吧？他吃饭。
你吃饭了吧？
你吃饭。
你吃饭了？有点不一样。听不懂。没有。Causing a bit of a stir. The whole village is coming out. 哎，你好，这个地方的历史是什么？
毛泽东，
对，
毛泽东来过。
我听说有毛泽东的历史。
有习近平
的历史。哦，习近平来过这里吗？习近平，
俄罗斯的吗？
俄罗斯的，对。
来，给我跟兄弟合个影。
好的，可以的。
快，在这个地方。那我们就站这儿。
对。Let's get the group photo in.
我们在这儿碰到俄罗斯的友人，国际友人啊。握个手。
OK。
希望在这里碰到。
从哪个地方来的？
莫斯科。对。
莫斯科冷得很。这个叔叔。
你好。
用英语交流。加入共产党了吗？
没有，因为我是外国人。
外国俄罗斯也有共产党吗？
对的，还有，对。俄罗斯。有。
那我们走。
OK， 谢谢，慢走啊，谢谢，拜拜。
下次见，
拜。See you tomorrow. That's adorable. I just feel like if I say I'm American, it's gonna ruin the good vibes. But maybe I'm completely wrong about that. I'm missing a chance to be a good ambassador for our two nations that could potentially kick off World War III. every time you pass by this signpost with this camera, it actually plays a message saying,
你已进入防火重点区域，共享森林美景，严防森林火灾。
You could do that as either progressive or dystopian. Take your pick. Rural China. Alright, it's a day later, and we are in Nanchang, capital of Jiangxi Province. And I just want to say, this has got to be like the 20th biggest city in China, and it is insanely crowded. I think this is partly because Chinese New Year is coming up, but like, this is crazy. It's crazy. It also smells like shit because there's stinky tofu. I don't like stinky tofu. They tell me it tastes good, but it smells bad. This is supposed to be the province, the Niaobulashi, the province where a bird wouldn't even come to take a shit on. It's so remote. There's very few places in China that actually feel like that. Like almost everywhere in Jiangxi, Nanchang, the capital, is also heavily associated with the formation of the Chinese Communist Party. Nanchang, it is said here that the People's Liberation Army was started, and that's because they rose up against the nationalists, against Chiang Kai-shek for the first time. And so everywhere you go, you'll see the red star, you'll see red storefronts, you'll see... But it also isn't that hard to see abandoned buildings like that one. The infamous ghost towers of China. I don't know if you can hear me over this wind right now. Actually, the weather is kind of shit today. I'm gonna have to wrap this up soon. But Jiangxi, being a more rural province, was hit much harder by the closure of real estate companies when those companies went bankrupt. They couldn't keep their projects going. And you ended up with massive cities out in the countryside, just littered with empty buildings. Well, anyway, I think that wraps up our brief visit to Jiangxi, the reddest, the most communist, and maybe the most misunderstood of Chinese provinces. It's been a nice little trip back into China. A very unusual trip back. A very communist trip back. Alright. See you in the next one, wherever that is. Have a good one.